weak of stomach, man. Like if you were into like political correct comedy, the best times I ever had was before the show started. Like in the arenas, we would all exchange cigars. And we'd smoke inside. And it's illegal. But we was making so much money, we just paid a fine. So word it got out that the king smoked cigars, so the fines were increased. By the time we got to Buffalo one night, the fine for smoking indoors was $7,500. So we would send the $7,500 ahead. We just pay it, so we could smoke cigars. So one night we're in the arena, and this old fire marshal comes in, white guy, nice guy. He comes in and goes, "Hey, guys, what are you doing? You can't smoke in here." So Bernie said, "Well, pay the fine." So he says, "Hey, you guys, you can't smoke in the building. What are you doing?" So Bernie turns around and said, "We've already sent the money and we paid the fine." So he said, "Come over here and explain to me what you're doing." So Bernie walks over to the dude, and Bernie says, "We're coming up every day, so we'll go ahead and we'll write a check out of myself, and write a check of $7,500, and stick it in the mail and send it to the fire department, and we're gonna prepay the fine." So the white dude is looking at Bernie like, clueless as to what he says. So he says, "Look, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'm gonna make a phone call, and when I come back, I think you guys are gonna have to put these cigars out." So the guy goes away, and about 20 minutes later, he comes back and he goes, "Hey, guys, I just called my supervisor. Come to find out, you guys have prepaid the fine. This is incredible. You guys have sent in $7,500. That's 4 times what the normal fine is, just so you guys can smoke cigars. Why didn't you tell me that?" Bernie said, "That's what the I tried to tell you." And Bernie's, he couldn't talk words. So what the I tried to tell you? He said, so the guy looks up, he goes, "Hey, this is a weird request, but mind if I sit down and have a cigar with the kings?" We said, "Yeah, man, come on." So we sat down with this old dude to smoke cigars for the show. But that's what the I was trying to tell you. Up pretty early. I go down to the gym. I get at least 20 minutes in, man. I'm supposed to be in there 45, my trainer come. Radio was from 6 to 10. After I shower from the gym, radio was from 6 to 10. I get in my car. I start that 45-minute drive out here. I get out here. Supposed to go to hair and makeup. That's easy, because I ain't got no hair, so just go to makeup. I don't go to any rehearsals or anything. I don't rehearse for radio. I don't rehearse for this. I just walk out, do me. They used to ask me all the time, "Can you come to rehearsal?" For what? I'm gonna make up all this saying, so. Well, how the hell I'm gonna rehearse? It's hard to rehearse for what I do, so. And then after this, I go home and I have a studio in my house. I do about an hour and a half of production, because I got 112 cities, so I have to do commercials for 112 cities. And I get paid, but it's still work. And then after that, take a shower. My wife goes to bed early, so I tiptoe around the house, and I could probably stay up about an hour after that. Then I go to bed, and then I get up again, 4:35, start over. And that's doing this until my other show kicks in. My 2 other shows kick in the fall, and it's a much harder schedule. It picks up. And that's just on and on and on and on. And that's it. And my wife just told me that, the other day that she's going back to the fashion shows in Paris since COVID is over, so I gotta go work some more. But you know what, though? I don't really mind. People, guys tell me all the time, "Man, I see your wife, man. She everywhere, man. You just let your wife go?" Yeah, man. What's it for? Money, I'll tell you something about money, man. If you don't use the money, it serves no purpose. Yes. You just got a whole lot of money sitting over there. You just got money sitting over there. It's a tool. If you don't use the money, you know, life ain't good. You could die. You got 300 million sitting over there. You could have been living. Yep. That ain't what I'm doing. I already told my kids, you know, the wool. When you get to the will reading, you're going to be disappointed. Because me and your mama is spending 85% of all this money that your daddy making right now. I'm going to leave 15%. I'm not leaving my kids all that money, all that sitting around my funeral laughing. Everybody at my funeral going to be messed up. Neiman Marcus, American Express, they all going to have representatives at my funeral crying their ass off. I bought clothes and I bought an apartment because I was homeless. So my first TV check, I bought somewhere to live. My first apartment was, the rent was $185 a month. But you know, this was 90s, early 90s, 185. I just had one big room. It had a bathroom in it. It had a refrigerator and kitchen. That's all I cared. I sat up all night just leaning up against the wall. I had a door and a bathroom. It was 8 months before I bought a bed because I had been sleeping in a car. So I'm sleeping on carpet. I'm stretched out. I didn't even miss the bed. So it took me 8 months to buy a bed, man. I was so happy to have a door with a lock on it and a bathroom. So that was the first thing I bought. Then I bought me some clothes. And I said, and one day I was sitting up in the house, I said, man, I need some furniture. So I went and bought me a table that I could eat on and loaded that refrigerator up. That was the first thing I bought with money. I was excited. Then I got on TV, and then I went to Cleveland and bought my dad a car. And then my third check, I had enough money for a house. And I bought my mom and dad a house. That was the first thing I did with my money. Flew them to Texas, show them the house. They ain't even want it. They thought it was too big. It was a 3-bedroom. The house was $126,000. It was in a brand new community. They didn't even want the house. For 2 different reasons. My mother said, I can't go to church down here. My church home ain't here. And we lived in the dry county, and my daddy found out they didn't have a liquor store. So my mama didn't want the house because she wasn't her church home, and my daddy didn't want the house because they didn't have a liquor store. 2 totally different reasons. So I had to take their ass back to Cleveland, and she wanted some new walnut paneling and new shag carpeting. Who the wants new walnut paneling? So I had to buy her new walnut paneling, put it all over the walls, bought her some green shag carpet, and she wanted a new spoon and fork set on the wall. Remember the big giant spoon and fork? She wanted a new one of them. And then my father, they replaced the picture of, we had Martin Luther King, Kennedy, and my mother had a picture of Jesus on the wall, but Jesus was white, so my father had that taken off. That's a true story.